Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, No Splendor. Today we'll be talking about syphilis. Syphilis is a sexually transmitted infection that is caused by a bacteria known as Treponema Pallidum. The most common way syphilis has spread is through contact with an infected person's sore during sexual activity. And this bacteria enters the body through minor cuts or abrasion in the skin or the mucous membrane. And at the initial entry, this syphilis bacteria remains inactive for decades, then thereafter becomes active again. And there are factors that predisposes one to syphilis, like when you engage in an unprotected sex, if you have multiple sex partners, if you are a man having sex with men, if you have HIV, these are factors that predisposes one to syphilis. What are the signs of syphilis? Syphilis develops in different stages. We have the primary syphilis, we have the secondary syphilis, we have the latent syphilis, we have the tertiary syphilis, we have neurosyphilis, and also we have congenital syphilis. The primary syphilis is the first sign where the person have a painless sore called the chancre. The chancre develops at about 3 weeks after exposure to this bacteria, and it is found in the genital area or the rectum. Usually most people, they don't notice because this chancre is painless. In the secondary syphilis, after the healing of this chancre, when it has disappeared on its own without treatment, the person starts having rash on his trunk. The trunk is that area of your body that contains your chest, your abdomen, your pelvic, and your back. You start having rash. Some may appear in your palm, some appear in your foot. And it is usually not inching. It doesn't inch. Some persons may experience hair loss, muscle ache, weakness, sore throat. These are signs that occurs in the secondary syphilis. And this rash usually goes away after 6 weeks. And it may come and go. It appear, it will disappear within a year without treatment. If you didn't treat this syphilis, it progresses from the secondary stage to the latest stage. It is called the hidden stage. In this stage, there are no symptoms. You will not experience any symptoms at all. And those symptoms that you experience in the primary and the secondary stage may never return. And this period can be there for years. Then it will progress to the next stage called the tertiary stage. About 15 to 30% of people infected with syphilis who do not get treatment will develop complication known as the tertiary stage. And at this stage, the disease will affect your brain, your eyes, your heart, your blood vessels, your joints. And this stage may last for years after untreated syphilis. What are the preventive measures of syphilis? The number one and the most important preventive measure is abstinence. But you and I know it is not possible for a lot of people to abstain from sex. That is why you have to be faithful Another preventive measure. Be faithful to your partner. Be monogamous in nature. Not that language that our men usually say, we are polygamous in nature. No. Being monogamous in nature is a way of preventing syphilis. Then another preventive measure is the use of latex condom. Using latex condom, it covers the sore. Though there are some condom during sexual activity get burst. That is why it is advisable to use latex condom to cover the sore. Then another preventive measure is to avoid the misuse of drugs, because a lot of youths, after taking drugs, you see that their sex libido get high, thereby having random sex. This will increase the spread of syphilis. Stop the misuse of drug. I know drug abuse is common among our youths, but you can stop it today if you take the decision in stopping the spread of syphilis.